guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Macy. If you're new here, I'm about to be a 3L at Northwestern California University School of Law, and we're gonna go do a little bit of school supply shopping. I just need a couple of things to stock back up on, mostly like notebooks, and I want to go buy a journal because I want to start bullet journaling again. I really miss it. Do something a little bit creative. We're gonna go get groceries, lunch, all that stuff. Sunday, we're both home today. I have a 4-day weekend because of President's Day, so that's really nice. I don't work Tuesdays. We got a very long weekend. Gonna just kind of hang out. It's actually really nice out today. It's not supposed to be too warm, like 58, but it's so sunny and sky's blue. And then Thursday this week is supposed to be like 77, 78, which is insane. I wish that our pool was gonna be open, but they had drained it for the winter, so it's probably gonna be closed, but might have to vlog later this week, go hang out on the rooftop and read. We're both just finishing up getting ready and then we're gonna head out.
I'm swimming in the quicksand, up to my knees. Keep loose and sleep,
Okay, we are back home now. I didn't really get any footage while we were out and about because it was just very busy everywhere. I didn't take into account that it's Sunday and we left like right when church was getting out, so very busy. It's about 6 o'clock now. I thought I'd show you my like little school supplies and non-grocery items that I got, but I was not able to find everything that I wanted, so I think I'm gonna continue this vlog tomorrow and go check another Dollar Tree for the last couple of things that I needed. But anyways, let me show you what I got. First, from Dollar Tree, I got a, I don't know how to say it, notebook. It's just a dot grid notebook. I wanted to get back into bullet journaling again, so then we also got a 100-pack of Super Tip Crayola markers. 12-year-old me is wishing that they had the 100-pack when I was in school, because at least where I grew up and went to school, if you had the, like, I think it was a 50-pack that came in like clear sleeve, you were one of the cool kids. And I don't think I got them until like just about high school. I don't know. Anyways, got a pack of pens. I was trying to look for different brand of pens, but I couldn't find them, so I figured I'd just go with these. I prefer ballpoint over gel because gel, once it starts to like run out, it starts skipping and it's just a pain in the butt. I got some page flags. I got 4 new notebooks. The colors are still the same as what I've used for the last 2 years, except I have green instead of purple. They did not have purple. I got all of this stuff at Walmart except for the journal that was at Barnes & Noble. We got a pack of printer paper. And then last thing from Walmart is a pair of headphones because I've been gaming with Zach, so I need my own pair. These were on clearance for $10 and it says they have built-in microphone, so we'll see how good they are. Also, if you hear noise in the background, it's Zach making us drinks. He bought a USB rechargeable fan because our little, I don't know, it's like our second bedroom, but it's not a bedroom, so it's our office. It gets really stuffy in there with the computers running. And then lastly, from Costco, we got this set of little tiny bowls for like dips or little snacks or
What's the price on
that kind of thing. Yeah, these were on sale for like $8. And if we were back home, I would have bought a couple more just to have on hand for like gifts to give to people because it's such a good gift. My grandma got me some of these for, I want to say maybe Christmas one year? Christmas or my birthday. Not these exact ones, different pattern, and I love them. I use them all the time in California and we needed some here. And then lastly, we just got a printer finally. We both needed it for various things like random work stuff. I definitely need it for school so I can print my syllabi and my midterms. I'll probably like print a few small like picture things that I can, you know, put in my journal to make it look all cute. Gonna make some drinks and probably eat some of our leftovers because I'm starting to get hungry again, and probably watch Game of Thrones. So there's my mini little school supply haul. I don't know if I'm gonna share any more footage tonight, but if not, I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. I just got to Dollar Tree. I'm gonna go look, and fingers crossed they have what I need for the rest of my school supplies. And then Zach is at home right now. He's setting up a Twitch stream for me so I can go on Twitch. All right, I'm back home. I got 2 things from Michael's. I got this pad of scrapbook paper for my journal. It's so pretty. I tried to look for some stickers, but their sticker pads were all super expensive. So I ordered a few on Amazon. They'll be here tomorrow, so I'll probably share those when I get them. And then I got these like just gold letter ones for some of my headers. From Dollar Tree, I got these fine pens. Thought I'd give them a try for my journal. For outlining, I also got this gold chalk pen, but I'm hoping it'll be fine on my regular paper, as well as a white one in case I need to like write on black or anything. Then I just got some mechanical pencils and some erasers. So my original plan, since I was not able to find more of these labels, was to use my hair dryer to get them to peel up so I could hopefully reuse them on my new notebooks. But my hair dryer actually broke and I haven't gone to buy a new one yet. So I think on my new notebooks, I'm just going to write directly onto them what the class is. And then I think I have more of these back in California. If for next year I can remember to grab them, I can just stick these right on top of my handwriting so I can still reuse my notebooks again, because these are 70-page notebooks and I haven't taken my notes from my other classes out, but I used the majority of the paper between 2 years. So I started using these in 1L and I was still able to continue using them for 2L. They do have a few pages in that I'm just going to rip out and use for scratch paper, but my new ones I can definitely get 2 years worth out of. So I'm just going to write it on, and then if I do find these, I can cover it up. My textbooks did come in, and if you've watched my other 2 setup videos from 1L and 2L, then you know I try to match my notebooks to my textbooks based on like their color. But as you can see, 3 out of 4 of my books are gray, which is not going to work. So obviously evidence will be blue because it's the only blue book. And then I'm just going to kind of go based on what I feel like the color for each of these classes is. I'm not sure if the Sharpie is going to stay on because these are kind of glossy, but we'll see. So I made Civ Pro red, Con Law green, Ethics yellow. I only chose yellow for Ethics because it seems like that's probably going to be my easiest class. And so far, yellow has been the most like straightforward class. 1L, it was Intro to Law. 2L, it was Remedies. And then, like I said, blue was for Evidence. Also, look at how tiny my ethics textbook is compared to these other ones. So yeah, that's definitely going to be the easiest class. I can already feel it. Hi, it's me several weeks later. If you watched my 2L wrap-up video, you may or may not have seen my pinned comment where I said that I had some extra footage from that video because it was ridiculously long. So I have probably like half an hour of footage, raw footage, so we'll see how long it is edited. And I cut out all of my rambling. I have some of that extra footage, and some of you said that you were interested in seeing the rest of it. So I figured for the rest of this vlog, I would give you that footage where I'm just answering some more questions that I get asked a lot. There is still more prep that I want to do for 3L year, but I can't do it until it gets closer to my start date, which I finally have. It's March 30th. So I still need to like print out my syllabi and write down like all of my important dates, get my planner ready. But obviously I can't do any of that until I have access to some of my classes, which they usually give you access a couple of days before the start of your term. So that way you have time to get everything ready. So I will have like a part 2 to this video. But in the meantime, here is part 2 to my 2L wrap-up video. All right, things I would do differently in 3L than 2L. There's really not a lot aside from giving it more attention than what I did in 2L, which is an obvious one. I would make more flashcards. I made flashcards for every single definition in 1L, but in 2L, I was like, some of these items, they're so broad that I really don't need flashcards for them, but I think it would have helped me study better if I had flashcards for every single definition from the definitions assignment, as well as like summary ones for the case briefs that we briefed, because I think when you kind of throw in like cases and you like throw them in well, like you know what you're talking about with that case when you bring it up on an exam, I think it does give you some extra points. So I do more flashcards. This isn't really like school related, but I do want to share more study with me's for you guys during 3L. I did not share much of law school life last year, again, because I was so busy with other things in my life, but I want to share more. I want to document it for myself. And I just want to be able to give you guys the best insight into law school as I can, because I went into this pretty blind. There were, obviously other YouTubers who share their life in law school, and there still are out there, but nobody who shares it for an online law school, it's pretty much unheard of. And then along with that, I do plan on sharing like weekly law school diaries. So once I start my first week, I will have a vlog for that entire week. Some of them may only be like a day that I share. I only vlog for one day. Others might be the entire week, or it might just be some kind of like wrap-up video where I just sit down and chat with you. But I want to do weekly vlogs for all of law school. So I'll have my third year of law school, week 1. My third year of law school, week 2. So I want to have all 52 weeks for 3L year. This may get tricky for like vacations, but those will probably be the weeks where I do some kind of sit down with you guys and maybe share like something specific, like here's how I brief cases for law school, here's how you do the definitions assignment, just things like that. I really just want to help at least one person not be afraid of going into law school, like going into it blindly. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I still, even though I've talked about this many times, get questions asked about like living in DC, being related to that, and moving, since the school, you know, was only California bar accredited. I've said it before, it's still my hope that the school may become American Bar Association accredited. I know like other schools are in the works for that. I think there even was one school that got ABA accredited, but it might have been a hybrid program. I'm not really sure. So I'm still holding out hope on that, but if not, you can look at the school's website. There are places that you can still practice in, even though the school's not ABA accredited, and it really just varies on each state. Some states have different like requirements for what you need to be able to practice there. So some of them are just that you take their bar exam, some are that you practice under another attorney for X amount of hours. It's all different. I really haven't looked into it for Washington, D.C. because I still have 2 more full years of law school, plus studying for the bar, and I don't know where we're going to be in that time. You know, moving to Washington, D.C. was a totally like out of the blue thing that happened for us. It was an amazing opportunity. We still are getting amazing opportunities every day here, so I do not regret moving here at all. But I know we both miss our families too, so I don't know if we'll stay here long term. We may move somewhere else. You never know what opportunities are going to come your way, so I am not worried right now about focusing on that. And then again, there are like some areas where you can practice like military law, tax law, immigration, so I know I'll be able to find a job somewhere. Plus with like technology, a lot of people work remotely anyway, so I'm sure I could even find a job in California working remotely if I really had to. But yeah, at the end of the day, I still have a long ways to go before I decide that. So I am not worried at all about living in Washington, D.C. right now. In one of my recent videos, I did share my VAE tracker. If you're not familiar with my school or how it works, since they are online, you do have to log a specific number of hours called verified academic engagement. You get some of these hours from the required assignments, but you also get some by watching lectures, interacting on discussion boards, or completing lessons that are called Cali lessons. I do believe other schools use Cali lessons. I don't think they're specific to our school, but they're basically just like interactive quizzes, sort of, and you get a set number of hours depending on each quiz. Like each quiz has an assigned amount of time that you get for completing it. So my VAE tracker is something that I have made in order to keep track of all of these hours. I will try to remember to link it here below. If not, it's literally like 2 or 3 videos back I shared it. And basically I just wanted an easier way to keep track of all my hours all together, because on eJuris, the program that the school uses for all of our classes, it has your like lectures and discussions time separate from your Cali lessons, and I actually don't think they even include your Cali lessons total, if I'm remembering correctly. So basically anytime you're wanting to know how much time you have accumulated and how much more you have to go in and like add up all of these numbers from all these different spots every time. So I made the VAE tracker to where you can just input like a Cali lesson when you complete it, and it'll automatically add up your total. You watch 1 hour of a lecture, you can add it to your spreadsheet and it automatically updates. You do have to have a set number of hours before you can request to take your finals. So I have a spot on there showing how many hours left until you can request finals, and I do have one for the total course overall. I've found it really helpful. If you don't find it helpful, that's okay. You don't have to use it. I have had several requests from people to share my syllabi with them, to either send it to them, screenshot it to them, share it on YouTube. I will not ever be doing that because it is part of the copyrighted material for the school that I paid tuition for. That's why you can't find it online. Now, you may see me sharing snippets here and there when I'm showing you something that I'm talking about, but I will never explicitly show you the entire syllabi because I'm not allowed to, so I won't be doing that. If you are accepted into the school, you will get your syllabi once you get your start date. It's all part of the curriculum. It's on there. If you need the textbooks, it's on your packet, your enrollment packet, so you don't need the syllabi until you start classes, so I won't be sharing that with anyone. At the end of the day, if you don't put in the time, the work, the effort, you're not gonna succeed in law school. It's brutal, but it's true. You have to be dedicated enough to want it. I've had several conversations with people about this in the last couple of months. The law school's acceptance rate is very, very high. You don't need much to get accepted into it, and because of this, there's a lot of people who start out and there's a lot of people who don't finish. If you look at the numbers, they drop off drastically. And I don't think that's any fault of the schools necessarily. Like, yeah, maybe they could make enrollments harder, but it does give everyone the opportunity to at least go to law school. But I think that's really just a reflection of yourself, and if you are able to be dedicated enough to put in the time, put into the work, and get it done. And then just this morning, someone did share something with me that's pretty cool. They shared that on January 3rd, 2023, Professor Mary shouted out my YouTube channel in her lecture, which is amazing. I can't believe my professors are watching. It's kind of nerve-wracking, if I'm being honest. I know the first time I saw someone like mention me in the school's Facebook group, I was like, oh my God, that's me. Which was crazy to see, you know, but so yeah, thank you guys if you support me. I am blown away by the number of people who have said like, oh, I'm going to law school because of you. I didn't think I could do it, but because you shared the school, like now I have the opportunity, which is exactly how I felt when I found the school. So just thank you guys so much for all of your love and your support. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. If there's anything that I didn't answer, feel free to comment down below. Going forward, I'm going to do my best to reply to every single comment, but I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.